Last year, NTV7 proudly brought you the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton. The program set a record-breaking number for our channel with over 2.3 million Malaysian viewers. So now we are giving Malaysians yet another unforgettable experience. Will and Kate, the Malaysian tour. Hi, I'm Shani Iman Lee. On September 13, 2012, the most famous royal couple in the world, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, made their visit to Malaysia in celebration of Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee. Her Majesty the Queen, accompanied by His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, had marked the Queen's Diamond Jubilee with a series of regional visits and engagements throughout the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland earlier during the year. In addition, members of the royal family will travel overseas representing the Queen throughout the Diamond Jubilee year, visiting every realm, the 15 other countries where the Queen is head of state, as well as undertaking visits to some other Commonwealth countries, Crown dependencies and British overseas territories. But before we get into the details, here's a look back at the life of the 30-year-old prince and the lady in his life, Catherine Middleton.
As the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge turned 30, we take an in-depth look at the life of Prince William and his wife, Catherine Middleton. A man born to be king, Prince William Arthur Philip Louis came into this world on the 21st of June 1982, son of the world's most famous parents, scion of the world's most famous family. He went through the usual rites of royal passage, attending Eton, the traditional school of the ruling elite, where by all accounts he had a happy time. When Charles and Diana divorced in the early 1990s, William remained very close to them both. In the middle of August 1997, he went up with his brother to spend time with Prince Charles on the royal estate at Balmoral. Little did they know, as they clambered contentedly across the rocky crags, that everything was about to change. A fortnight later came the catastrophic news that their mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, was dead, killed in a car crash that also took the life of her friend, Dodi Al-Fayed. Britain turned black as the nation mourned its loss, and the image of Prince William and his younger brother Prince Harry, heads bowed as the coffin departed, became etched into memory. The disaster marked a turning point, not just for William personally, but also for his role as a future king. The millions who had revered his mother started turning their attention to him, and at age 15 he was compared to Diana at every turn. Having inherited his mother's good looks, he was touted as a poster boy, but it wasn't always easy. When he visited Canada less than a year after Diana's death, he appeared ill at ease amid the hordes of screaming fans, often averting his eyes, giving the impression he'd rather be anywhere but the center of attention. Over the next few years, however, he grew in confidence, and by the age of 21, he was more than holding his own during public engagements, matching his mother in his ability to reach out and connect with people and comfortably playing up to his role of a royal heartthrob. He also improved his previously strained relationship with his father's longtime friend Camilla, and by the time Charles and Camilla finally married in 2005, they were good friends. Having followed the family tradition by enrolling in the armed forces, William is now perhaps more than ever his mother's son.
For all the students, I was like, oh my goodness. Good to see you. And you too.
Watching him kneel down to talk to mothers and babies at a children's hospital in New Zealand at the beginning of 2010, the similarities with Diana, the caring look, the direct gaze, were striking. William himself acknowledged the comparison while insisting his mother had been in a league of her own.
I wouldn't say I'm anywhere near her level. She's having a fantastic affinity with kids and with everyone. I just go and meet people and just enjoy their company. I like meeting people, so it helps.
In the meantime, the woman who eventually stole the prince's heart, Catherine Middleton, was born in Berkshire, England on January 9, 1982 and grew up in the village of Bucklebury. She started dating Prince William during their university days at St Andrews in Scotland. They were initially just friends, but an on-again, off-again romance bloomed on campus, developing into the full-blown love affair that captivated a nation. After a brief split in 2007, the couple reunited and announced their engagement in 2010. They went on to marry on the 29th of April 2011 in a ceremony at Westminster Abbey. The prince made an appearance on the royal balcony at Buckingham Palace afterwards with his new bride. In what is believed to be the couple's first official wedding gift, St. Andrews University, the university where the royal couple met, bestowed a scholarship for underprivileged students to a value of £70,000 or 350,000 ringgit. Since their marriage, the Duchess has acquired a reputation as a British fashion icon, but has also thrown herself into the working life of the royal family. On Valentine's Day this year, she carried out a solo visit to Liverpool to visit a charity devoted on helping recovering alcoholics. During that time, her husband Prince William was deployed as a helicopter search and rescue pilot in the remote Falkland Islands. The star power of William and Kate is undeniable. They were the star attractions at a gala dinner at London's Albert Hall as they showed their support for the country's Olympic and Paralympic athletes. The couple was also present at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations in June 2012, waving from the royal barge during the flotilla procession and attending a ceremony at St. Paul's Cathedral. William, with his father's sense of duty and his late mother's popular appeal, and Kate, a beautiful woman with a heart of gold, are regarded as key to the British monarchy's ability to reinvent itself over the long term.
Their Royal Highness's visit to Malaysia is the second leg of their tour through Singapore, Solomon Islands and Tuvalu. Here are the highlights from the tour in Singapore. The heir to the British throne, Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, and his wife Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, arrived in Singapore on 11 September 2012 on an official visit. Emerging from the VIP exit of Singapore's Changi Airport, they were greeted by officials including Dr. Maliki Osman, Senior Parliamentary Secretary for the Ministry of Defence, and his wife Sadia binti Shahal, who presented the Duchess with a bouquet.
Thank you so much.
The couple was later driven to Singapore's famous Raffles Hotel, their official residence in Singapore, where they were greeted by staff and well-wishers. On the way, they stopped at Singapore's Botanic Gardens, where they were shown an orchid named in honour of William's mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, who died in a car crash in Paris in 1997. The royal couple attended a state dinner given by the President of Singapore, Tony Tan, at his official residence, the Istana. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong was also present. Prince William also inspected the honour guard alongside the Singapore President and exchanged a few words with one soldier. Afterwards, the Duke and Duchess joined a reception of guests invited to the state dinner before sitting down to the dinner itself. The Duke was invited to give an address on behalf of the Queen at the state dinner. His Royal Highness also took the opportunity to thank the island nation for being part of Britain's Olympic story.
The United Kingdom's journey to the Olympics started here in Singapore in 2005. It was then that the Games were awarded to London. So thank you for being very much part of our Olympic story. And let me take this chance to congratulate you on the achievements of your own athletes.
On the second day of the visit, the royal couple visited Singapore's Garden by the Bay, where more than 100 people gathered to catch a glimpse of them. The royal couple shook hands with people before touring the air-conditioned cloud forest at the gardens, which contains plant life from mountainous regions. Singapore residents were delighted to get the opportunity to see British royals.
Well, it was quite a crazy crowd, but yeah, it was a nice experience to see them up close, and they were really, really nice. They were talking to all the kids in front of me. They were being very, very sweet, yeah.
Yes, they were really very nice, but I must say I feel for them in the Singapore heat in the suit and long sleeves and all.
The couple was accompanied by a guide as they descended the artificial mountain on foot, who explained the flora and fauna contained in the dome. The couple then visited the Colonial Garden, which is outside of the dome, where they were invited to plant a tree. Following the tree planting, their Royal Highnesses travelled to the Rolls-Royce aircraft engine factory in Seletar, Singapore. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were shown around the facility and officially unveiled the Trent 900, which powers the Airbus A380.
3, 2, 1.
Rolls-Royce said that it is the first aero engine assembled and tested in Singapore. In the afternoon, their Royal Highnesses visited Strathmore Green, a precinct in Queenstown, which is a residential district of Singapore. The area was named after Queen Elizabeth II to mark her coronation in 1953. On arrival at the precinct, the couple were treated to a cultural performance. The couple also viewed children's games and met local residents. Following the visit to the precinct, the royal couple travelled a short distance away, still within Queenstown, to the Rainbow Centre, which is a school and community centre for children with special needs. Here the Duke took some time to spend with children participating in a physical education session, while the Duchess met with children engaged in arts therapy classes. The couple later rejoined at a theatrical and musical performance given by children at the school. On the last day of the visit, their Royal Highnesses visited the Kranji War Memorial, remembering the 4,458 Allied soldiers who died in World War II. The royals took part in a somber ceremony to remember the war dead, laying a wreath at a memorial plaque inside the cemetery. They were also taken around to view the graves of the fallen soldiers, particularly those of British and Anzac servicemen. The visit to Kranji marked the end of their Royal Highnesses' visit to Singapore before they travelled on to Malaysia.
We're going to take a short break, but when we get back, the moment you have all been waiting for. All the details on the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's visit in Malaysia. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The British High Commission in Kuala Lumpur had planned a series of events for their Royal Highnesses' visit in Malaysia. Before their arrival, our team met up with His Excellency Simon Featherston. Here's what he said about the visit and the planned itinerary.
It's a wonderful tribute to not just the couple themselves, who are popular all over the world, but I think the depth of feeling between Britain and Malaysia, it goes back a long way. Lots of Malaysians study in the UK, or their children are there, they have property there, and the trade relationship is growing. We had both Prime Ministers exchange visits this year, so I think this will mark the culmination of a very, very dynamic and important relationship. Well, they arrive on the lunchtime of Thursday the 13th. They'll be going straight from the airport to the Prime Minister's house for a very special lunch. And then after that, they're going to Hospice Malaysia, which is a very worthwhile institution, which is about to launch a new paediatric palliative care program, especially for children. This is the first in Malaysia and I think in the region. And it's a great honour for our Royal Highnesses to have the chance to witness the launch of that event. And Her Royal Highness the Duchess will be making a speech, only the second speech she's made since becoming a Duchess, so that should be really worthwhile and exciting event. Then in the evening they're going to meet the Agong, actually the third time this year because they've met him twice in the UK, and he'll be hosting a rather splendid banquet for them in the Istana. Then on the second day we're going to have a public event in Klcc Park where people from all walks of life can get a glimpse of the royal couple. Then there'll be a big event hosted by the British Malaysia Chamber of Commerce, 1,200 people invited to lunch. That was a huge sellout as soon as the tickets went on sale. And then in the afternoon, the tea party. We had a huge response to the competition, and the winners are being invited to our special tea party, so we're really thrilled that there's been such big uptake for that competition. We're looking forward very much to having their Royal Highnesses here, but not just them. We're going to invite people from all walks of life. some of them unsung heroes who've been really helping the relationship between the UK and Malaysia over the years. Others have been working for charities, and we've got a few sprinkling of celebrities, people from fashion, from the arts and from sport. So it should be a great occasion. That night we all fly to Sabah, and the following day, a day spent right in the heart of Sabah's rainforest in Danang Valley, which will be a very, very special occasion. I know that their Royal Highnesses are really excited about what they'll see in terms of wildlife and nature conservation. I think he and his wife show every sign of really taking very seriously their royal duties. They were ambassadors for the Olympics, and you could clearly see the enjoyment that they brought to that role. So I think they're still young, but they're showing every sign of really relishing the royal duties which they're taking on, and I'm sure when the time comes they will make an extremely good King and Queen of the United Kingdom. I haven't had the honour of meeting them before. I've met a number of members of the royal family in this and previous jobs, but not them, so that will be very exciting for me and my wife personally.
Well, you've heard it from His Excellency, so now let's take an in-depth look at what took place on the first day of their visit. The royal couple travelled on a scheduled flight from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on September 13. The Duke and the Duchess safely arrived at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, or KLIA, at 12:15 noon. Their Royal Highnesses were greeted at the international airport by representatives of the Malaysian government and the British High Commissioner. The visit not only signifies the prevailing close bilateral relations between Malaysia and the United Kingdom, but is also expected to further enhance the existing friendly relations between both countries. It was a low-key event, but curious passers-by at the airport who realized the arrival of the royal couple took the opportunity to take photos of them. Their Royal Highnesses waved to the crowd before being ushered into a waiting car to take them to Sri Perdana in Putrajaya. Shortly after the arrival at KLIA, their Royal Highnesses' first engagement was a lunch at Sri Perdana. As the Duke and the Duchess were getting out of the car, their Royal Highnesses were greeted by Prime Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak and his wife Datin Sri Rosmal Mansor at Sri Perdana. The lunch was also attended by ministers and other senior members of the government, including Deputy Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin and his wife Puan Sri Noraini Abdul Rahman. Before the luncheon began, the royal couple were introduced by the Prime Minister to local fruits such as the king of fruits, the durian, jackfruit, cempedak and soursop. Following the lunch, the couple visited Hospice Malaysia, which is a leading hospice located in central Kuala Lumpur. Their Royal Highnesses were greeted by the Health Minister, Datuk Sri Liao Tiong Lai. The Duchess is patron of East Anglia's Children Hospices, a non-profitable medical centre providing palliative care for patients with critical, life-limiting illnesses, and Her Royal Highness was keen to learn more about how the hospice movement works in Malaysia during her visit. The Duchess also gave her first speech outside the United Kingdom.
William and I are hugely excited to be in Malaysia. This is our first ever visit, and I'm absolutely delighted to have been invited to join you all here at Hospice Malaysia. It is so exciting to learn about the country's very first paediatric palliative care programme and to witness for myself something of the wonderful work of Hospice Malaysia's superb staff.
While addressing the hospice staff and its patients, Her Royal Highness also stressed the importance of specialised medical care for seriously ill children.
the best possible palliative care to children is vital. Providing children and their families with a place of support, care and enhancement at a time of great need is simply life-changing. With effective palliative care, lives can be transformed. Treatment, support, care and advice can provide a lifeline to families at a time of great need. This is a very special place, and so much is already being achieved.
I think to be selected as a cause for such a visit for her first speech shows the importance palliative care is held by the Duchess, and I think also by people perhaps from other countries. It's very significant that we have such an important moment in Hospice Malaysia.
During the private visit, William and Kate also chatted with young patients and drew on clay bricks. William drew a cat and mouse that resembled cartoon characters Tom and Jerry, while Kate drew a tree with birds flying above it.
Happy sangat sebab dia duduk sebelah saya. Dia sign ini, dia borak dengan saya. Dia tanya pasal treatment one. Dia tanya pasal kawan sekolah. Saya tak percaya je. Sebab orang British pun bukan semua boleh jumpa dia. Ni saya duduk sebelah dia lagi tadi.
Their Royal Highnesses toured the building where they had a chance to meet child and adult users of the hospice as well as their families before they were invited to unveil a plaque.
The lavish dinner was also attended by other Malaysian royal members, ministers and honorary guests. Their Royal Highnesses were also seen to have a private chat with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Tunku Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Haja Hamina. This was not their Royal Highnesses' first meeting. The couple had met with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and Raja Permaisuri Agong on a few occasions.
We're going to take another break, but coming right up, Malaysians go wild for the royal couple. Welcome back. The next engagement graced by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge was a cultural event at the Klcc Park. The royal couple not only got the chance to experience the richness and diversity of Malaysian culture beneath the iconic Petronas Twin Towers, but they were also greeted by thousands of their adoring fans. Take a look.
On the second day of their visit to Malaysia, the royal couple was scheduled to make an appearance at Klcc Park. Their Royal Highness's first stop was the Ashakirin Mosque. Upon arrival, the couple removed their shoes before entering the mosque. In keeping with Islamic custom, Kate wore a long-sleeve dress with a hem below the knee and a matching headscarf. The royal couple were greeted by the Imam of the mosque, Ustaz Saiful, Director of the Islamic Religious Department, Datuk Cik Mat Cik Ali, Chairman of the mosque, Said Abdullah, General Manager of Facilities, Syamsuddin Ishaq, and Head Division Development Manager, Datin Fauzia Ibrahim. In front of them were row after row of pillars, and the party strode through the 1.5-acre site, built in 1997, which caters for up to 12,000 worshippers at the height of Friday prayers, with space for further 3,000 in the grounds. Inside the mosque, the couple looked up to the dome above them, which was decorated with writings from the Quran, and through the windows of the roof, the impressive Petronas Twin Towers, Kuala Lumpur's famous landmark.
Hundreds or perhaps thousands fans of Kate Middleton and Prince William thronged the Klcc Park to catch a glimpse of this royal couple as they went for a cultural walkabout after a short and brief tour at the Ashakirin Mosque nearby.
The fans, both Malaysians and UK expatriates alike, came with the national flags of the two countries. Some of them even prepared banners to show their loves for the royal couple. The the Duke and Duchess of the Cambridge arrive at 10:30 a.m. to loud cheers and screams from the huge crowd lined up along the circle-shaped area of the park. Their Royal Highnesses smiled and shook hands with the public through the barricades. The Duchess also received pink roses from her adoring fans. At some point, the Duke was seen sharing a joke with his wife before nabbing one of her pink roses. The royal couple also witnessed several cultural performances, including a traditional Malay dance and a silat demonstration during the cultural walkabout.
Yes, I'm so excited. Been waiting since morning, since 7:30 over here. Want to catch what Kate will be wearing, and we'll see William in magazines right in front of our faces. We're so excited to see them.
I actually adore Kate so much. I love her. She appeared on every fashion magazine, so I just want to see her live.
How was it to see them in person? Because they are the famous royal couple in the world.
Very beautiful. She's just really amazing, and she's the royal family.
She is so stunning, and then saya dapat salam dengan Prince William, tapi Kate tak dapat, tapi tak apa, sungguh puas, and then dapat jumpa diorang bertetap mata, sekiranya macam dream comes true lah.
I'm very proud to be British, and I'm very proud and patriotic and really enjoy the opportunity to come and share this. Malaysia is part of the Commonwealth, and so we're very proud of the relationships we have as a country with other countries in the Commonwealth, and it makes the world very small and makes us very proud.
After the public event at Klcc Park, their Royal Highnesses also attended a business lunch organised by the British Malaysian Chamber of Commerce, or BMCC. At this event, the Duke delivered a speech underscoring the importance of UK-Malaysia ties and prosperity.
The lunch held by the BMCC was entirely non-profit, with all the proceeds going to Hospice Malaysia, which the royal couple had visited just a day before. All the 1,100 seats at the BMCC lunch were snapped up a month ago.
His Royal Highness, the Duke of Cambridge.
Shortly after enjoying the meal, the Duke made his way to the stage.
We are particularly pleased that our visit is specifically to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of Her Majesty the Queen. Her dedication has been extraordinary to all her realms and to the Commonwealth, of which Malaysia is such an important and influential member. My grandmother told me that Malaysia would provide us with some wonderful experiences and unforgettable memories, and so indeed it has proved.
Prince William added he sees a bright future ahead for the bilateral relationship between the United Kingdom and Malaysia.
Catherine and I have only been here a very short time, much too short in fact. But I'm already clear that your energetic commitment now and the potential of our young people to work together in the years ahead will ensure that the relationship between the United Kingdom and Malaysia is full of promise and possibility.
On a lighter note, the Duke also declared that he is no fan of the king of fruits, durian, which he had tasted during a lunch at Sri Perdana.
I'd just like to say how delicious lunch was, but how relieved that durian was not on the menu. Having tried it yesterday at the Prime Minister's lunch, I feared for the safety of the people I met thereafter.
Now we know why he looks so grim in this photo.
What better way would there be to celebrate the royals than to have a tea party? As His Excellency pointed out earlier, the tea party at his residence would be an intimate event. And honorary guests included Olympic bronze medalist Pandalela Rinong, Hollywood superstar Datuk Michelle Yeoh, and shoe designer Datuk Professor Jimmy Choo. Meanwhile, two lucky winners of the ultimate royal tea photo competition were also present at the party. So before we have a look at the tea party, here's what the winners had to say about their win.
Middleton asked me about where did you get the idea from, and how was the process a little bit, and she commented on the picture and she said it was brilliant. It's a brilliant work. Honestly, my knees were shaking, and they were tall and very, very pretty. Kate was pretty. Prince William was amazing, handsome.
It's actually our friends. A bunch of us, we come up with this idea. So we have a photographer, creative director. They can only allow us to bring one guest, so just the Prince India. Very elegant, gorgeous, very tall, both of them, but they were really friendly, so we feel nice to talk to them.
According to the two winners, the private affair was a traditional English afternoon tea party with a Malaysian twist, where the royal couple got to see a teh tarik demonstration. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge then mingled with the guests while enjoying scones, shortbreads and small sandwiches.
Satu pengalaman yang sangat menarik, saya dapat bertemu dengan lebih dekat, bercakap dengan Prince William dan juga Catherine. Masa berbual dengan saya, dia tahu saya penyanyi, so dia cakap what kind of music yang saya nyanyi, pandai main alat muzik ke. So best lah dia.
They actually have a conversation. Yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them. They're very lovely
Prince William
couples.
juga.
You know, they talk to you, they ask questions. You know, very friendly.
She congratulated me for my winning, and I congratulate her for the country diver, Tom Daley, for winning the bronze medal.
I talked to Williams, a young person, very happy and cheerful, very sincere, you know. Very good manners, that's why we see everyone. She had to go around, shake hands with each other.
The star-studded list of guests went on and on. Among them, Hollywood star Datuk Sri Michelle Yeoh, shuttler Datuk Lee Chong Wei, shot putter Muhammad Ziad Zulkifli and archer Hasihin Sanawi.
Sembang dia sebenarnya tak faham, tapi memang betul bangga. Masa saya kat London baru-baru ni pergi study dia tempat Amerika. So saya kat sini jumpa Tuan Madam, memang betul-betul bahagia, tak akan terlupakan dalam hidup lah.
Her Royal Highness actually sort of comes right up to you and talks straight into your eyes. Like, I noticed that she was giving every single person attention just for those couple of minutes. It was amazing. And the finest moment for me was when she went round to the Start Foundation's artworks. There were 6 pieces of art that was whittled down from over 60 from the Start Foundation kids, and she just loved every one of them, and she engaged with the kids who did it, and you can see that's where her passion lies. I asked her if her husband cooked. Apparently he cooks very well.
It was nice. It felt like it was like you were at a regular cocktail party, and they do it very well. You know, they walk around, you know, and they're very chatty. I asked her, do you have Facebook? And she said no. She said, we're a bit wary about things like that. I said, I understand. I brought her a Malaysian-made designer bag by Klcc, Klutched. It's got a bit of batik on it. It's made by my friend Yulin Ang.
Yeah.
So I think it's her style, so I hope she enjoys it.
Shortly after the tea party, the Royal Highnesses, trailed by the aides and airport staff, walked to an awaiting aircraft along the red carpet laid out at the Bungaraya VIP area of Kuala Lumpur International Airport. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge then boarded a plane for the trip up to Sabah.
We're going for another short break. More to come. The royal couple in Sabah and the Duchess's fashion choices. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Following the tea party, their Royal Highnesses bade a fond farewell to Kuala Lumpur and departed on an aircraft kindly lent to them by the Malaysian government to Kota Kinabalu in Sabah. Now, Sabah is home to some of the last remaining areas of virgin tropical rainforest in Southeast Asia. Here, the royal couple would go deep into the rainforests of Danang Valley, where they learnt about the conservation efforts of the Royal Society, of which the Duke is a fellow.
Highnesses arrived at 7:50 p.m. on September 14th at the Kota Kinabalu International Airport. The Duke and the Duchess received a traditional welcome of the Tongunga, a bamboo percussion instrument. Lining up the area was also a group of youths dressed in the traditional costumes of Sabah's indigenous community. The local residents were also seen outside the fence area of the airport, hoping to catch a glimpse of the royal couple.
The next day, the royal couple was flown via helicopter to Danum Valley Conservation Area in southeastern Sabah. Danum Valley is one of the world's oldest rainforests, dating back some 130 million years. The royal couple was there to see the Valley Research Centre and to highlight the conservation work being done there. The Royal Highnesses were also seen crossing Danum's canopy walkway. The handsome Duke, who is known for his adventurous and athletic activities, seemed completely taken by the beautiful surroundings. The lovely Duchess, still looking poised, even though dressed in khaki pants and hiking boots, also looked to be enjoying herself immensely. Well, it's not that every day that you see these two young royals harnessed up and hiking.
With a preference for understated yet elegant garments, the Duchess of Cambridge has made headlines all over the world for her fashion sense. Let's take a look at her fashion choices during her visit and prior engagements before arriving in Malaysia.
The Duchess of Cambridge, or otherwise fondly known as Kate, loves dresses. Most of her dresses feature a knee-length hemline with sleeves covering her arms and a band at the waist. It's the kind of style we've seen Kate opt for on many occasions. One example is her blue Isa dress she wore to announce her engagement to Prince William on November 16, 2010, inspiring countless of copycat numbers. She typically sticks to white, navy and neutrals, but has also made some surprising choices of colour. Kate wore an $800 electric blue Stella McCartney dress to the National Portrait Gallery in London. She was at the museum to unveil the Road to 2012 Aiming High, a portrait exhibition of athletes competing in the 2012 Games. The Duchess wore a pretty pink Emilia Wickstead fitted frock at the lunch for the Sovereign Monarchs event at the Windsor Castle. The Duchess attended a gala for the Child Bereavement Charity in London wearing a crimson Beulah London gown, and she was seen in a bright yellow dress in Calgary. Her choice of evening gowns is as lovely as the day events. The Duchess attended a Canada Day celebration in 2011 in a purple Isa dress which had a similar silhouette to her engagement dress. She chose a lilac Alexander McQueen gown to a British Academy of Film and Television Arts event in Los Angeles on July 10, 2011. And on May 11, 2012, Kate attended a gala event marking the countdown to the London Olympic Games in a gorgeous gown designed by the British Jenny Peckham. Now we're on to a choice of outfits during her tour in Malaysia. Kate was wearing another Jenny Peckham's creation when she arrived in Kuala Lumpur. The soft dark egg blue coloured dress featured delicate lace panel detailing too. She was also seen wearing the same dress at the lunch at Sri Pradana and the visit to Hospice Malaysia. On the second day, Kate wore a pale blue Sabbatary dress from Beulah, London. The silk dress is described as flattering and feminine. During the royal couple's visit at Ashakirin Mosque, Kate also covered her hair with a matching scarf. Kate's choices are reminiscent to her mother-in-law, the late Princess Diana, who showed a similar sensitivity while visiting mosques in Muslim countries. Kate paired the gorgeous dress with L.K. Bennett's lead shoes. During tea party at the British High Commissioner's residence, Kate was wearing a temporarily London Astor flower dress. Kate wore the same accessories earlier seen in the morning. But her most fairy tale looking dress had to be the dress she wore during the official dinner at Istana Negara. She wore a stunning white and gold floor-length gown designed by Alexander McQueen. The dress featured the Malaysian hibiscus flowers in gold details, layered over white flowing fabric. Yes, all her dress choices were stunning, but our personal favourite has to be the Beulah London's dress she wore on the second day of her tour in Malaysia.
With the Royal Highness's departure today en route to the Solomon Islands, our program has come to an end. We leave you with highlights of Will and Kate's Malaysian tour. I'm Shani Iman Lee. Thanks for watching.